Obligations, particularly kinds of obligations, and we are done discussing pure and conditional obligations. So in this video, what we are going to discuss is obligations with a period, and this is our part 3. Question: what is an obligation with a period? Answer: it is one whose demandability or extinguishment is subject to the expiration of a term or period. I want you to take note of the legal terms demandability and extinguishment. Kung maaari, sana ito ang maisulat nyo sa inyong mga booklets or sa inyong mga answer sheets, especially during the bar exams. Kasi this will leave an impression to your examiner. So the legal terms that I want you to remember again is demandability and extinguishment. Let's go now to the difference between term and condition. So if we are going to talk about term, take note that it is a certain event. Certain event. Whereas if it is a condition, it is an uncertain event. Uncertain event. What is our basis? That is your Article 1193, third and last sentence. So a day certain is understood to be that which must necessarily come, although it may not be known when. If the uncertainty consists in whether the day will come or not, the obligation is conditional. So that is our basis. Again, take note ha, take note. Condition, it is uncertain. Term or period is certain. Another difference is if we talk about a term, it refers only to a future day certain. Future day certain. Whereas in condition, it may either refer to a future uncertain event or a past event unknown to the parties. That is what you can read in Article 1179. Every obligation whose performance does not depend upon a future or uncertain event or a past event unknown to the parties is demandable at once. Another difference, if we talk about a term or a period, please remember that the principle of retroactivity does not apply unless there is an agreement to the contrary. This is not the case if we talk about a condition, because in condition, as you can recall, ano ang sabi natin? When we talk about the principle of retroactivity, you have to determine always, ano ang first? You have to determine whether the obligation is one with a suspensive condition or resolutory condition. Next, you have to determine what prestation is involved, whether it is a prestation to give, a prestation to do, or a prestation not to do. Kasi iba-iba ang application ng principle of retroactivity. But again, just take note na pinag-uusapan si term or period, general rule, the principle of retroactivity does not apply. What else? If a condition is left exclusively to the will of the debtor, what will happen? The very existence of the obligation is affected. What is our basis? That is your Article 1182. Ano ang sinasabi ni Article 1182? When the fulfillment of the condition depends upon the sole will of the debtor, the conditional obligation shall be void. Recall what we have discussed in the past videos. Sinabi natin that if we talk about Article 1182, actually what it is referring is a potestative suspensive condition. Because pag potestative suspensive condition yan, the condition is void, the obligation is also void. But if it is a potestative resolutory condition, the condition is valid, the obligation is also valid. Next, in Article 1182, take note na aside from it applies only to a suspensive condition, it does not also apply to pre-existing obligation. Kasi pag pre-existing obligation yan, only the condition is void, but the obligation is valid. How about in term or period? What happens if the period is left exclusively to the will of the debtor? Answer, that is your Article 1197. It is the court that will fix the duration of the period. Article 1197, basahin natin, the courts shall also fix the duration of the period when it depends upon the will of the debtor. That is why if the term is left exclusively to the will of the debtor, the existence of the obligation is not affected. For application, let's take a look at this bar question. M and N were very good friends. N borrowed 10,000 pesos from M. Because of their close relationship, the promissory note executed by N provided that he would pay the loan whenever his means permit. Subsequently, itong si M and N nag-away, so M now asks you to collect the loan because he is in dire need of money. Question, what legal action, if any, would you take in behalf of M? So, pag ganitong kind of obligation, an obligation wherein the debtor promises to pay when his means permit or when he has the money or little by little, automatic ang treatment nyo is it is an obligation with a period. Huwag na kayong mag-isip na kung anong klaseng obligation yan. Diretso apply ang Article 1180. Ano ang sinasabi ni Article 1180? When the debtor binds himself to pay when his means permit him to do so, the obligation shall be deemed to be one with a period. Next, if it is an obligation with a period, even if the period is left exclusively to the will of the debtor, such as in this problem, ano ang mangyayari? It will not affect the existence of the obligation. Again, it will not affect the existence of the obligation. Bakit? Dito ang issue na lang is kailan magpi-perform si N ng kanyang obligation. There is already an obligation. The question na lang is the time frame with respect to time, kailan magpi-perform si debtor. That is why ang remedy according to Article 1197 is you go to the court and ask the court to fix the duration of the period when the period depends upon the will of the debtor. This is also the answer of the UP Law Center. The M must bring an action against N for the purpose of asking the court to fix the duration of the term or period. Again, let's sum up what we have discussed. If it is a term, it is a certain event. If it is a condition, it is an uncertain event. Next, in term, it refers to a future day certain, whereas in condition, it refers either to a future uncertain event or a past events unknown to the parties. In condition, you apply the principle of retroactivity. In term, general rule, do not apply the principle of retroactivity unless may usapan si parties. Next, in condition, if it is left exclusively to the will of the debtor, the existence of the obligation is affected. How about in term? It will not affect the existence of the obligation because what will happen? It is the court that will fix the duration of the period. Question. Pag sa term ba, there is an obligation? Sa term ba, meron ng obligation ang mga parties? Answer, yes. Because it is a certain event, ang issue na lang sa obligation with a term is the demandability or the extinguishment of the obligation. When is the obligation demandable or when can you extinguish the obligation? That is the reason why pag pinag-uusapan si term, it affects the demandability or extinguishment of the obligation. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na please take note of the legal terms. How about in condition? Meron na bang obligation? Sagot, wala pa. Since it is an uncertain event, if it is a conditional obligation, it affects the existence of the obligation itself. Classification of period. First is suspensive and resolutory period. Applicable article is Article 1193. So if it is an obligation with a suspensive period, it will be demandable only when that day comes. How about an obligation with a resolutory period? Just like your suspensive or resolutory condition, it takes effect at once but terminate upon arrival of the day certain. Next, the period can either be a legal period, a conventional, or a judicial. So legal when it is granted by law, conventional when it is stipulated by the parties, and judicial when it is fixed by the courts. Last is a definite period when the date or time is known beforehand, and it is indefinite when it can only be determined by an event which must necessarily come to pass, although it may not be known when. Next, what are the cases where the courts are empowered to fix the duration of the term or period? So first is if the obligation does not fix a period, but from its nature and circumstances, it can be inferred that a period was intended by the parties. According to Article 1197, the courts may fix the duration thereof. Second, if the duration of the period depends upon the will of the debtor, according to Article 1197, the court can also fix the duration of the period. And last is if the debtor binds himself to pay when his means permit him to do so, then under Article 1180, that obligation shall be deemed to be one with the period, and in that case, the court may fix the duration also of the period. 1982 bar question number 15. A corporation sold to B a lot of 1,000 square meters. The contract provides that the corporation should put up a well with tank within a reasonable time from the date thereof. 5 years na ang nakaraan and no well and tank have been put up by the corporation. So, B sued the corporation for specific performance. Ano ang sinabi ni corporation? It set up a defense that no period having been fixed, it is the court that will fix the period. Decide with reason. So ano ang napansin nyo? The corporation is acknowledging its obligation that it will put up a well with tank. But the problem is there is no time frame. And ano ang sinasabi ni Article 1197? In this case, it is the court that will fix the duration. It is the court that will fix the duration. That is why your action for specific performance should be dismissed because it is premature. Dapat ang ginawa ni B is first file an action asking the court to determine the period, and only after the period is determined that you can file now an action for specific performance. But alam kong may nababasa kayo dyan sa answer ng UP Law Center, that is your alternative answer. Sinasabi dyan na you can do also a simultaneous filing. Ano ba yung simultaneous filing? You file an action for specific performance at the same time you file also an action asking the court to determine the period. That is also correct. Correct din ang approach na yan, but that answer requires your knowledge of the remedial law at the same time your civil law. Kasi ang purpose dyan is to avoid the multiplicity of suits. But if you are going to apply only the law of obligations, civil law lang ang approach mo, then this answer also is correct. Take note of Article 1196. Whenever in an obligation a period is designated, the presumption is it is established for the benefit of both the creditor and the debtor. unless from the tenor of the same or other circumstances it should appear that the period has been established in favor of one or of the other. So, ang example mo dyan is yung credit card, no? Sa credit card, you are given a 30-day period para bayaran mo yung mga utang mo. So, pag ikaw ay siningil before that 30-day period, then pwede kang magreklamo. But take note of Article 1198. Ano ba yung sinasabi ni Article 1198? You debtor, you lose every right to make use of the period when, number one, is after the obligation has been contracted, you debtor becomes insolvent unless you give a guarantee or security for the debt. Second, if you debtor does not furnish to the creditor the guarantees or securities which you promised, again, you will lose the benefit of the period. Third is, if through the Debtors Act, he impaired the guarantees or securities after their establishment, or through a fortuitous event, the securities disappear, unless you, debtor, again, you give immediately new securities that are equally satisfactory. Next is, if the debtor violates any undertaking in consideration of which the creditor agreed to the period, and last is, if the debtor attempts to abscond, then you debtor loses the benefit of the period. Let's end this video through this bar question. A obtained from B a loan payable within a year as security for its repayment. A mortgaged his uninsured house. 3 months after the loan was given, the house was gutted by a fire. Thereupon, B demanded immediate payment from A, who refused to pay, contending that the loan was for a 1-year period. Question: is A's contention valid? Answer: no. What is the applicable provision? That is your Article 1198. So, i-apply mo lang yung provision ni Article 1198. Ano ang sinasabi? If the security disappear through a fortuitous event, you debtor or you A, you lose the benefit of the 1-year period. Unless you A will immediately give a new security that is equally satisfactory. So that is also the answer of the UP Law Center. So this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. And the next topic is alternative and facultative obligation.